What's up, everybody? Good evening, fellas. Happy Thursday. Welcome to episode 340 for your boys.
Damn, it's been that many? We old.
We old AF. Calling this one Grade Gate. Today we're going to go over Jon Allen trade, what he might be worth, what could it be towards another team, new first down rules for the NFL. The NFL Players Association did a little vote. If you remember, the couple years past, we failed a lot. So we'll go over our grades for this year, talk about some combine stuff, and I think that'll be good. So, fellas, how y'all doing on this fine Thursday evening? We got Fake Spring in the DMV here. We got Fake Spring 1, I think it's called.
There will be a few of those.
And then it'll be back to being cold. I forget
Sunday.
Yeah. Oh, damn. I was just joking. But if you follow DMV News Live, I don't know if you know who they are, but I gotta pull up that picture here very quickly just to show you. And it's so true. Like, someone actually took it and put it. Here we go. Watch this. This is so true. Dev, you might not encounter this, but here in the DMV area, this is what we have. We're calling this one full spring. And then second winter, spring of deception, third winter, and then the polleting, actual spring, summer, hell's front porch, false fall, second summer, actual fall. So I think that's pretty.
I just wish people would define actual fall as to what it is. It's 45 degrees and it rains. All right. The supposed perfect fall day where it's like 58 degrees, you put on a light sweater and you go pick apples, does not exist. Not in our region.
If it does, it's a very, very, very small window for a day.
You get like a week of it.
Yeah, and if you don't catch it, you're screwed. So for me, fall is basically the first, 8 weeks of football. NFL, I guess. Roundabout.
And that's good. Who wants to go out when it's cold and raining? No, we want to go out when the weather's nice.
Yeah, exactly. What's up, Yam? How y'all doing? How you doing in the chat? It says winning but losing to Philly, A-hold, A-, more than exceeding expectations and wiping off most of the skunk weed stank from Ron and company in one season. Thanks, AP, DQ, JD5, and Mikey. That's right. We'll talk about the combine here in a little bit. The M watched the combine today. Said some DL O-line players. Some of them boys were clocking under 5. I saw a couple. I saw one dude wearing like a 4.4. I'm like, damn. For a D lineman.
I ain't watching nothing of it.
I haven't either. Just been working. I know Trent was in that boat. Trent Williams, man.
I'm off all week and I haven't watched shit.
Dev, come on, man. We need you for your
I'm not off, so yeah, Dev.
Your
I'm gonna have to work Monday too. It's over.
Oh, see, we missed the opportunity.
Or at least, nah.
You could have been schooling all of us on the prospects.
I'm back off again.
Dev said, I'm off, not spending my time watching dudes in underwear run.
I've been watching basketball. I keep it real, watching NBA.
Yeah.
Mostly. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Well, I hope you feel better, man.
I thought sorry after Wizards, but I mean,
hey, we're tanking for Cooper, man. Cooper flag.
He's staying.
Yeah,
We've been tanking for X or tanking for Y for how long now? About a decade.
Yeah. Hope you feel better. Man. Hope you feel better. All right. Well, let's just get right into it. Let's get these.
Rest in peace, Gene Hackman, by the way. We haven't said that.
Oh, dude. Crazy, isn't it? Hold on. Let me get us into the right environment.
Wait, what happened?
Gene Hackman. So Gene Hackman was found dead. I mean, he's 95 years old, but he was found dead in his Arizona home with his wife and his dog. They're all dead, all three. First thought was maybe, carbon monoxide poisoning, but I guess that test came out negative. So
it's scattered pills found near body of Gene Hackman.
Arkawa, his wife Arkawa was on the counter.
They think he may have killed him. He think he may have died of natural causes, and his wife committed suicide and killed the dog as well.
Yeah, that it could have been. I don't know how old she was. 60. I don't know. He was 95.
He was 95.
Gene Hackman, great movies, man. Original Superman. Was he the original Lex Luthor?
I think so.
He was 63, yeah, and he was
Yeah.
original Lex Luthor.
Enemy of the state.
Was he in the program? No, it wasn't him. That was Con.
No, that was John Voight.
He was in The Replacements.
That's
he was the coach in The Replacements.
Friday Night Flights. Blake. I think that was Con that played coaching.
James Con, that's who it was.
Yeah. I get those guys confused a lot.
He's been in a ton of movies, man. Yeah, rest in peace, man. It's terrible way to go.
Hoosiers is dope.
Yam says best Hackman Row Hoosiers. Okay.
Hoosiers
I think they decided to go out on their own terms. He had been reporting bad health for a couple years now. Okay. Man, she was 64. Okay, I knew it was close, 64, 65. But either way, man, very sad. You never want to see that. Shout out to Gene. Rest in peace, man. I don't know if we'll figure out if it'll be public news. They find out what happened, but I'm not sure. Well, let's just get right into it, guys. Let's first off jumping into the Jon Allen trade stuff here. He had permission to seek a trade. If you guys recall, a couple of days ago, don't quote me exactly what day, but he got granted permission to have a trade. The team said yes, and he's basically on his own to find a new partner. Likely you want to do that before the draft, but anything's possible. And just, off the cuff, Phil, we'll start with you, man. What do you think about Jon Allen, trading Jon Allen? I'm going to pull up his contract here, and we'll talk about it here.
I mean, I'm not mad about the idea of it. I know some people don't like that, but I feel like that the battery of Payne and Johnny Newton was a little better this year. So I've always felt that Jon Allen, like, I think a lot of his stuff is reputation. He has a reputation. He's a leader, and all this other stuff. And I get why. He comes from college and other stuff. And, for some years here, he was a leader on defense, but he kind of lost that role to Frankie Louvu this year. And I feel like this team is no longer his.
Yeah.
This defense is no longer his. It belongs to Bobby Wags. It belongs to Frankie Louvu. Belongs to other guys who have stepped up and have taken on that role as the leaders. I just don't think Jon Allen is the man at that position anymore. He's not that guy.
It was his
pregame speeches were
that's what I was going to talk about, man. It's like so melodramatic, I guess. It wasn't very much to get hyped up about what it comes down to. What about you, Dad? What's your thoughts on Jon Allen departing the team?
Yeah, unmute yourself first, Dev.
Dev, yours? Oh, we took someone. Dev, what's your thoughts on Jon Allen departing the team, man?
Oh, well. I mean, I don't see why he needs to leave the team. It's not saving us any. Like, I understand saving some money, but we don't really need it. It's not. We can still get all the things we need and want with Jon Allen on the team. That contract's not restricting us from doing anything. So it's kind of, he's still a good player. Is he slightly overpaid for what he's produced? Yeah, but do you cut a player for that in today's league? If you want to cut everybody that didn't deserve their payday, it'll be a lot of niggas cut.
So let me ask this question, and maybe someone can correct me if I'm wrong. Can someone name a Jon Allen play that came at a significant time?
You can't. I can't. I cannot
play.
No.
I just feel like that Jon Allen always seems to produce when it doesn't matter.
I don't know. I think it always matters. But I mean, I get what you're saying, though. He seems to disappear.
He just seems to disappear when the moment gets big.
I take Jon Allen over anyone else that's not an all-star in the NFL.
Yeah.
So at his position, anyone else on our defensive line, I take Jon Allen over. Period.
So here's his contract.
Ron Payne too.
Yeah, I take him over. He's had a better career. I mean, he's had his moments.
He's had a better career, but I think Payne's kind of overtaken.
I think he's more. I think he's a better talent. I think Payne is a better talent.
Let's look at stats here. Here are the stats for Jon Allen. We can compare him too.
Been hurt too, by the way.
108 game start. So he had some injuries this year. Injuries his rookie year. 42 sacks. I mean, he's an interior defensive lineman, so it's not something.
That's actually amazing.
He had 9 at his height and 8 his second year. Tackle, same thing as an interior lineman. He had 2 Pro Bowls. But it's hard to get
an All-Pro 1 year.
It would be on here if he did.
No, he wasn't All-Pro.
All right, let me made All-Pro 1 year.
It's a challenge, but I think a lot of his metrics would be coming in that PFF sort of metric, that number of pressures or number, you know what I mean? Something along those lines, and we can look at that. Should we compare him to Daron Payne very quickly and see?
Yeah,
we're gonna have to go career, right? There's only a 1 year apart, so we might as well just go career. Let's see what they say. So when you compare their careers, the Payne came in later and he has 6 more games on him. Little less production with more games played. Look at that. But I feel like Daron Payne's like
more fumble recoveries. Payne's more of a playmaker in that position.
And Phil, like you said, I could probably name a couple Daron Payne plays where he made huge impacts, especially in the run game. I don't know if I could do that with Jon Allen. Yam says, I think it's almost pointless to get any offer for Jon Allen at this point. Better than walking for free. What's up, Ryan? Thanks for tuning in. Says, I think it's more of a personal attachment with Jon Allen. He liked Terry, played for shit teams and put in work. Yeah. He did lose
Terry
his role.
showed up in the moment for a lot of those shit teams.
Yeah.
Allen, like I said, it's not that he's untalented. It's just that for what people think he is, I don't think he's that guy.
Yeah. I don't. And it really depends what he's asking. I mean, I don't know. He probably wants a new deal. He's on his last year of his contract, and the team's
he probably wants the bag. I'm sure he does.
And I'll never down someone for trying to get the money that they think they're worth. That's fine, man. I'm totally cool with that. But this team's not, just like De'Ami Brown. This team's not going to pay them what they want, what they think they're worth, and that's fine too. It's just the way life is.
And I know we love our homegrown guys because we hate watching them leave, because the narrative is that any player that leaves Washington immediately becomes a star afterwards. That's been disproven
many times.
But
many times. So he's got a $22.3 million cap hit this year. Not staying on the team for that sort of production. If you cut him, $6 million dead cap. So you're gonna, if you cut him, you're saving $16 million essentially. Right here. Here are the numbers. Either way, if you release him before June 1st, 16.3. After June 1st trade, 60. Every scenario, it's 16.3. So you might as well let him. I think what they said on the radio, they were going to release him sooner than later if they can't find a trade partner, just to do right by him and let him be available as soon as free agency starts. Because in the past, how many times have we screwed players over and made them stay on post June 1? And we did that before. So either way, I think releasing him sooner than later, that's the way to go.
I don't know. What does that do for us?
I mean, you can hold on to him with the hopes that someone will trade, but why would a team pick up that salary when they know we're just going to cut him anyways? I mean,
I don't think we're gonna. Have they said they're gonna cut him, or is it just is everyone projecting? Because I don't think he's getting cut. I don't see a reason to cut him. It makes no sense.
Yeah, $16.3 million.
But we already have the third most cap in the league, the best of any team that's good. It's not like keeping him's going to stop us from doing anything we want to do.
You're better with him. I think you're better with him.
That's my point. I mean, it ain't like you got to cut this dude. It ain't like, oh my God, we're way behind. We're not the Cowboys. We're not so bad on cap that we got to start cutting good players.
What is more beneficial to the team? Getting $16.3 million now, or letting him play out another year where he just is okay, and then now?
And I take it. There's no one on this team on the defensive line better than Allen, dog. So why cut him? What benefit do you get cutting this nigga, dog?
I don't know.
Exactly. What benefit do you get keeping him if he's
you got a player that's probably better, the best defensive tackle in the division outside the one place for the Philly? I mean, I understand that he's not all pro and all this shit.
The difference between him and the guys from Philly,
really just the guy. Really just the guy, just the one. And he's better than everybody else almost. So that's not fair. You can say it for him and anyone. I agree with you though, Phil, that he is getting paid way more. He's not getting paid way. He's getting paid. He hasn't lived up to his contract. You know what I'm saying? We all agree on that. But I'm saying, what are you going to get better than him?
Well, from a free agency perspective, I think
none of those guys are better than him.
No, and I'm looking at it now.
I know, but the draft is very deep on mine.
Man, you already drafted one last year, and we still got Payne. It makes no sense. Like I mean, to me, I understand why you would cut him, but that's just being cheap if you do, man. It's just being cheap. You don't really.
Well, wait a minute, Dev. I'm gonna apply your logic. If we just drafted one, so in your mind we don't need one. If we get rid of Allen, now we do need one. Now, don't we?
No, you don't get rid of Allen.
But if you get rid of him, you can put that $16.2 million towards
what that you can't already get without giving up $16 million.
A wide receiver you're trying to
get. You can already get a receiver though. You can already get one of those. You don't need to get rid of
this team Allen is bad. This team is not that good, Dev. I know we made it as far as we did. This roster is not that good.
12 wins says different. Allen's one of the guys on the roster.
Jaden Daniels.
Allen's one of the players that is good though. He's not one of the not good players.
You could get rid of him because you have Johnny Newton. And I think you wouldn't skip a beat.
You can definitely get rid of him if you got Johnny Newton.
Jon Allen gave us no wins or no more losses last year.
The third defensive tackle isn't better than Allen or Payne or
but he's got to grow into. I mean, Johnny Newton could grow into it, but he's stuck behind those two.
I let him beat him out. If he beats him out, that's one thing. If he goes, you show up at camp and he beats Jonathan Allen out, that's one thing.
I mean, they probably sat him down and look, John, we're gonna cut you. You can go try to. Why would he request a trade?
Maybe
why would he seek permission?
Maybe he don't want to be. Maybe he don't want to be a rotational guy. Maybe it's on.
Why you paying a rotational guy $22.3 million? You know what I mean? You can get that for much cheaper and put that money elsewhere. You can get another lineman.
I get what you're saying, but I don't know why you would just rush it. Trade him, yeah, trade him, cool. But cut a dude, dog, just because he ain't lived up to his contract in today's league. That's crazy talk. No one's lived up to their. I mean, there's a lot of players have
very
lived
few.
up to their contract.
Some do, some
very few have. It's not, especially non-quarterbacks. Have done it.
Well, and then you a lot of times you put that big money on the back end to either because if you're performing well, you're good.
Yeah.
You're gonna get it. If you're not performing well, it makes it easier for me to get rid of you because I'm not paying you that much money.
Right.
So that's why they back end all that big money. But
I mean, like if McLaurin, if we didn't have Daniels and McLaurin has typical 80 catches, 5-6 touchdowns, 1,003 yards or some shit. If we had that, would you say we should cut him?
No.
Right. Why not? It would be the exact same shit you say about Allen.
Nope.
It really hasn't. It's okay. He's not horrible.
Because I was already because even with that typical year, Terry had his typical year this year, except for a big uptick in touchdowns.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. So, like we were looking at them different this year.
What big uptick has Jon Allen had?
But people are looking at him differently. I think that Allen, let's say Allen had like 5 more sacks or 3 more sacks at tackle. I don't know. I don't feel like he's worthy of a cut. I do understand exploring the trade, and I do understand that they do cut him. It's one of the things that's not gonna hurt my feelings if they cut him. I'm not like, please keep Allen, but it's like we're in the practice of trying to accumulate talent. And there's no more talent on the free agent market better than the guy you got. I understand you got an inflated salary, but it's not hurting you. It's not hurting you. Just to cut somebody just to be in the front of it feels like a Dallas Cowboy type of situation where you're just trying to get in the front of the fucking newspaper with news.
I don't think Cincinnati can pay T. Higgins. We talked about I thought they could, but now that I look at it,
the Patriots are going to pay T. Higgins, dog. He's gone. He's going to the Patriots, dog.
I'm just saying they can't afford to pay him. They got $55 million in Burrow.
He wants $37 million.
Jamar's going to get 40.
You want to pay? You want to pay Higgins $37 million? That's what he's asking for. You want to pay him 30?
I would.
You would pay Higgins $37 million.
I'd pay him more than Terry.
Terry's making 23.
Yeah, I'd pay him more than Terry.
$12 million more.
He's way younger than Terry. He's like 5 years younger than Terry. I would pay that
12
guy
more a year than Terry. And Terry's out of contract.
Well, that's why
hold out. He might want to go a raise then.
That's why I said before, like, why he probably wouldn't even come here.
Man, look, I would love Higgins, dog, for like $30 million or so. The going rate, I guess, now for a receiver like that. But I would rather draft a guy high as fuck or trade back up to get a better receiver than to pick Higgins at $35 million, $37 million. That's wild.
Then where is that
spend
money
the money at?
go?
Corner, If you get a receiver, get a Higgins. If you get a receiver, get a star, get a Metcalf Higgins or your boy in Philly. Get one of those if you do it. I'm not telling Washington to not go get a good player. I'm saying you have options, bro.
I mean,
you don't have to cut Allen.
The corner market is Carlton Davis, Traverse Ward, DJ Reed. He made $11 million last year. I mean,
I paid
these
DJ
are cheap
Reed.
deals.
I paid DJ Reed a heartbeat though. There's a couple of corners out there. What's your boy down in Green Bay?
So why not
Jazeer Alexander?
Why not gain an extra 16 million so you can get another player like that?
Now, if you need it, yeah. But if you don't need to, why do it? Just be doing it. We didn't spend 90% of the cap last year.
But Deb, think about it. We also have to sign. We also have to pay Bobby. We got to resign Bobby Wagner. You got to resign.
Man, you could do all that, bro.
Jim Chin.
It ain't that much money when you do the math. I think it comes that we said 87 million, but I think
they got 115 million because the cap went up.
The cap went up.
Right. They can do it, dog. They got double the money they had last year and look what they signed.
And other people are requesting trades too, so we don't.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I don't feel like this is one of those things that I can't wait to do this so we can free up money so we can get this person. I mean, if you got something planned out to where you need it, I get it. And then cut Allen, trade and do what you got to do.
I believe we could use some draft picks.
Yeah, if you can get a draft pick, I ain't gonna take no 5 or 6 for starting to.
You could include him, send him to Cleveland.
Yeah, send him there with the first one. Yeah,
Miles Garrett deal.
Cleveland cool. If you do that, cool. But why would Cleveland want to pay him?
They would. They're already playing the game. Cleveland said we don't imagine a world without Miles Garrett. Miles Garrett came out today and said,
"How many more years Allen got?
I'm not staying.
2 years left. Allen got 2.
No, this is last year.
Last year, yeah, man. I'd hold him to trade deadline. Probably get more for him. Honestly,
through the season.
Yeah, you get more for him. You don't need to cut the dude. You're not in despair, dog, as far as money goes or talent coming in. Honestly, I don't think you're in despair like that. I think that he's more valuable at trade deadline.
I think what we need to do is I'm gonna make that graphic again I made last year is here's a picture of everyone under contract. I'm gonna make that again just so we have a better idea of who's
bring up the free agent list too, because I'm dead ass. There's corners out there. There's going to be a whole lot of receivers out there via trade or free agency, and the draft is stacked with them. I think we could use this money on a Khalil Mack or someone that's a free agent, not trade assets if we can't get Garrett.
Khalil Mack going to cost you nothing, dude.
Right. That's what I'm saying. That's my point. Why do you need to trade this nigga? It's going to cost you nothing if you want to upgrade your defense.
I think Allen wants to be what he was here before.
If it's on Allen, though, Phil, that's cool. I mean, I can't do nothing about it.
I feel like it is on Allen.
Yeah, I agree. It might be on Allen. If that's the case, you got to get rid of it.
I've always gotten the impression that Jon Allen has a very big ego. All right. And you know what? People hear that word ego and immediately assume that's an all negative thing. No, you can't be a star and not have an ego of some kind. I'm sorry. All right. You can be outwardly humble. You can know where you came from, but you have an ego. Because you're not going to be disrespected knowing that you're, at a certain level of your game relative to everyone else.
And he went from being at the top to being all the way at the bottom.
I don't think he's at the bottom, though. I don't think he's at the bottom. Didn't he? I don't think he's at the bottom. I don't think he's a.
No, this guy went from being a captain, hyping the team up every day, every game, to just being a guy.
Well, your whole roster turns over. People got different expectations.
Why am I going to pay a guy $22 million to be a guy?
No, I understand why.
I could pay a guy $3 million to do what Jon Allen's doing.
I don't think so, because I think he still gets attention. I think he still has a level of expectation that he does meet a certain level.
Allen came back and our interior run defense went to hell.
I just don't think he's a star. I think our run defense went to hell because Fowler can't hold the edge, bro.
We were getting gashed up the middle, though.
Look at this, Dad. This is hypothetically.
We were getting cut.
Brandon Sheriff made 16.5 last year.
So
Brandon Sheriff made 16.5 last year.
I take Brandon Sheriff. They talking about it cutting him.
That's what I'm saying. Like the 16.5 could go a long way.
Yeah, but they suck though. That's what I'm saying. They ain't making no fucking playoffs in Jacksonville. They fucking stink. Why would you have a?
We're not saying trade Allen for Sheriff.
I'm saying cut him. Use that $16.3 million on something else. That's all. That's all I'm saying.
No, you don't. I get what you're saying. That does make sense, but you don't need to. You don't need to cut the $16.5 million to cut somebody.
Dev's idea is that we can sign whoever we want, no matter
If
what.
they want to be
money's
here,
going to run out faster than you think.
man, the money ain't going to run out before you get the people that want to be here.
Well, you could get one big free agent. You can get another medium free agent, and then you're going to get a bunch of role players. And the money's gone.
That's what they was going to do anyways, though.
But we lost like 9 people this year who was on the team who contributed. They're all gone. You got to replace them. Their money is. You got to stretch the money as far as you can.
These niggas can go out and get 6 of these dudes on this top list right now, dog. Without blinking, they could get 6 of these motherfuckers in the top 5 of this list right now. Our top 10.
I'm gonna tell you who we lost. We lost all these people are gone.
Yeah, I mean, guaranteed.
Mariota,
you might have to give Wagner a raise. You might have to give Chin a raise.
Tressway, Dante Fowler, Zach
Tressway, Wagner, and Chin will probably get raises. Everybody else you can get for the same
Lucas,
thing.
You have 3 wide receivers under contract right now. You got to sign a bunch of people, man.
None of these dudes are gonna matter.
Cornerback.
You need 2 cornerbacks on the list. 3 cornerbacks.
I agree. Corner is a need. Corner is a need. Corner and wide receiver are going to be.
You have no kickers.
You got $115 million.
You have 1 tight end. Bates is a free agent. Ertz is a free agent. You have 1 tight end.
None of those guys are going to cost you $110 million for the season, bro.
No, I'm just telling you.
Together, though.
Accumulate.
They won't. They won't count that much. They only count right now. All in players only counted for like $40 million. If that. You think they're getting double the pay?
Then you want to improve the roster? Then you got to spend more money.
Right. You can spend 20. You can spend
the team you had last year.
You can spend 20-something million on it. You can spend money on. Go back to the free agent list. See what they made last year.
It's just going to be higher.
You could go back to like you could go come out here if you trade. I guess it really depends on if they trade for your boy Garrett, because that's going to hit the cap. Then I get it. But I'm saying if you just going free agency, not no trades, it'll bring something crazy in. You go out there and get fucking Khalil Mack, solidifies your outside linebacker position, bring back Wagner. You still way under your cap space. And then you have room to get, if you wanted to, you could go draft a guy in the first round, wide receiver or corner, pick up Keenan Allen or fucking Chris Godwin or someone to play the 2 and 3 receivers. I feel like they would be better then. They would still be way better than last year. You still have probably $50 million.
I don't think you're taking into account how many positions they got to fill. I'm gonna do the graphic, and then we'll really be able to see how many vacant positions.
Plus, NFL contracts are made to fucking break.
That they are. I mean, they put the money on the back end.
That's the Eagles.
This moment was brought to you by.
I mean, the Eagles they're talking about the Eagles might get Myles Garrett, like Beaver Nuggets, Bucky's. There you go. Yeah, the Eagles are might have the ability to sign Myles Garrett. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, I mean, if they just don't sign Sweat, but I take Sweat.
That's crazy. If they get Myles Garrett, I'm going to.
There's a lot of see, but you name all these names, all these people you would take. Eventually, you're going to hit the cap.
Shit, I don't think so. Look, I'm telling you, you could bring at least 5 of these dudes back and be still under the cap, and still grab somebody really, 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 really dope. I just think so.
Then you still have a bunch of holes left. And I don't know. It's easier said than done.
That won't going to address every hole this year, anyways, man. You gotta have a corners and you got to have receivers. Somebody one or two of them corners, Iyanashi or what fucking name is, or goddamn BSJ. One of them is going to probably be back. Then you got Zacchaeus and Crowder. One of them's probably going to be back, or Brown. One of them's probably going to be back. You know, it's not, and they ain't going to break the pocket. Them are $2 or $3 million a year guys, man.
Yeah, that was last year. Now with the extra 5, they're gonna be like, "Hey, give me a little bit more."
Yeah,
no one's giving Dami Brown.
Salary cap goes up, so does salaries.
And Dami Brown ain't making over $3 million a year that he made with us. He probably gonna get less.
He could probably make more than that elsewhere. He ain't gonna make that here.
He ain't gonna make it elsewhere.
Yeah, surprised. People think that he could be a wide. I mean, look. I mean, well, here's the thing. Probably not with other teams, only because of the fact that only our fan base thinks that he's a viable number 2. As I heard all preseason. Oh, Dotson's gone. Let's go put Dami Brown there. He always makes big plays.
Did the same thing. That's my point. You can find one of those guys anywhere. That's my point. You can find one of them guys anywhere, dog.
All right, we'll have to look at these DTs that Ryan Fowler put out that Yam was talking about. Decent list. He thinks Jon Allen wants to be a voice whatever team he's on, and he has been usurped a little bit. A little bit, but I also think he's comfortable in that quiet role, but a quiet role where he's still considered a leader. When he's
nobody wants to play on the last year of a contract, man.
Yeah, nobody does. Nobody does.
Yeah. I get why he would want to leave, man. I just don't know why we're so eager to just cut him. I get why you trade him.
$16.3 million in savings. That's
Man,
a
you don't need
significant
it.
amount of savings.
Unless you come to the point where you absolutely need that money, dog. There's no way. I would just do it just to save money. It doesn't make sense because he's still a good player.
If we
He's
had
still a really good player in the grand scheme of things.
So many holes in this roster last year was evident if we just had more talent.
Man, he's more talent.
And one of the holes was that it was on the interior line. Stopping.
Yeah, but even with him present, Dev, we still had the same run problem. Even with him present, so him being gone, how much is it going to change?
I felt like he wasn't the reason the run defense was bad.
He wasn't. He wasn't the reason. He was.
If you got 2 All-Pro linebackers, you shouldn't allow none of that shit be happening. But it happened. What were they doing?
What's caught in the wash because
what's Wagner doing?
The guys up front aren't getting a push, or they aren't drawing the attention they should.
I ain't saying not upgrade the position, dog. I'm just saying you ain't got to cut Allen to do it. Bro.
I would love to take that money and put that towards Myles Garrett if we had to.
Yeah, I guess you can get Myles Garrett for him. I ain't gonna say shit. I'm not gonna complain if he's cut. I don't feel like it. I don't feel like it's a need though. I get why you would do it. I get why he want to leave, man, but I just don't know why everybody.
I think going into free agency, you just want to have as much money as possible, and it's clearly I don't know if he's in the plans. I mean, like Yam said, the team has already given him permission to seek a trade. Maybe they got something cooking in the background. Same thing with Sam. Remember we were dealing with Sam Howell last year. He had permission to seek a trade, and
I think Sam they wanted to keep Sam, but he was like, I don't know if I can stay here and be backup. Wasn't that the story? I mean, that's honest.
Yeah, and then there's a lot of players requesting trades now, so it's crazy, man. All right, I don't want to talk.
Maybe that's what they're doing here. Maybe he said, "Hey, we're gonna run toward your boy taking more of your snaps next year," and he's like, "I don't really want to."
Yeah,
do that.
Ryan said he'd take Shavarius Ward from San Fran. He might be available too, man. Same with Tuafonga. I'm getting the name messed up. Tuafonga. I'm probably butchering that name. Yam said the big reason I want Myles, we get better. We keep him away from the Eagles. New Browns coach said he expects to keep Myles today at the combine. Yeah, but then Myles says he took the leverage back from him. He goes, I'm not playing on that contract. You need to sign me to a long-term deal on the Browns.
So that's what it is then. It's just like he's probably using this as that he's gonna stay at the goddamn Browns. If he goes from I want to be traded to now he's like, no, that contract, that means that motherfucker's gonna stay in Cleveland, bro. This is all for nothing.
Unless the Browns said that they're not going to pay him a new contract.
They ain't going to not do it. He's going to play. And what's he got? 2 more years? What's he got?
2 more years, I think. Yeah.
2 more years.
Yeah. Fuck it. Yeah.
He said he's not open. He goes, I am not open to extending my contract with the Browns. That's what he said today.
He's not going to open to extend it with him?
He is not. He does not want to extend it.
Yeah, that's different then.
I mean, he made a damn official announcement in his tweet, right? I want to go win somewhere. Thank you, Cleveland. You've been great. You're not going to win.
Then I thought you just said, though, that he not under that contract. Like he switched it up.
Yeah, he said he is not open to an extension today on Radio Row.
Yeah, it's over.
So the team had the leverage. He now took the leverage from the team. So the team can't tell the other. He kind of fucked the Browns. Now Browns can't tell the other team, well, we're going to extend him, so we're going to keep him. That's the calculus you got to put in the draft pick.
It's almost like the Trent Williams debacle with us. He got 2 years on his contract. You could just make a fucking play on it. Shut the fuck up. That's what I would have did.
Yeah,
I would do it if I was Cleveland. Like, let somebody just give me some shit I can't refuse.
Right.
Which Philly can. Philly can do that. That's what's wild. Philly can give them a package of young players and draft picks and money that they cannot refuse, man. So that's a scary thought. Like, if they don't re-sign Sweat, they can damn sure give this dude a long contract and sign him.
Yeah.
If I'm Philly, I do it.
You could. Next topic here. Let's talk. So Scott Turner, if you don't know, former Washington Scott Turner is the
not that Scott Turner,
Housing and Urban Development Secretary. Not the Scott Turner that you think.
Former defensive back in the 90s under Norv Turner, Scott Turner.
Yeah,
was a backup. He was a backup corner. He was a backup to Darrell Green and Chris Dishman and guys like that. What's the guy from Notre Dame? Tom Carter. He was a backup to those guys.
The assistant to the regional manager.
And he is now the 19th Secretary of Housing and Urban Development. Fun fact of trivia: he is the second former NFL player to serve as the Secretary of Housing and Urban Development.
Oh, he's definitely gonna get fired for DEI.
He is the only player of diversity on this administration.
The
only one. Cash.
You are definitely getting fired.
But no. So anyway, he is the second.
Scapegoat.
He is the second
Token.
former football player to serve as Secretary of Housing and Urban Development. The first, does anyone know?
Justin Bobby Ventura.
No.
I know. I want this one. Heath Schuler.
No, Heath Schuler never served in the cabinet. He was in Congress.
Hold on. One more.
No.
Is he serving HUD or serving HUD or serving the cabinet?
What it starts
serving
with?
HUD.
What's it start with? What's it start with?
Oh.
First or last name? What are you looking for?
What's the start? First initial.
J.
And last initial.
K.
No idea.
Jack Kemp, who also ran for vice president in 1996.
I would have never guessed.
He was HUD secretary under George H.W. Bush, and he's the former AFL championship winning quarterback of the Buffalo Bills.
Didn't know that.
Bills ain't hosted.
Also a fantastic economist. But no, Jack Kemp was HUD secretary under HW, and now you got Scott Turner. So there you go. There's been 19 secretaries of HUD, and 2 of them have been former NFL players.
He played for us for 3 years. 3 years.
He played for us for 3 years.
It was cut by North Turner. Scott Turner cut by North Turner.
He was also drafted by North Turner.
He was also the name of his son. Did he name his? Yeah, I'm cutting you, son. I also read here that he was the last player to wear number 21 on the Chargers before LaDainian Tomlinson wore it, and no one else ever wore it again.
Yes,
pretty cool.
So the big news with that one of those much ado about nothing things. He's a fan of returning to the old name. So the Nagas got a hold of that one.
Wow.
And I was just like, bro, you're a HUD secretary. You're like 150th in line in succession. You're not that important.
Right.
You're somewhere between the White House caterer and the White House gardener as far as line of succession. You're not that important. Don't go out here stirring that kind of trouble.
Exactly. Exactly.
But in all seriousness, congratulations to him. He's a former congressman from Texas. The guy's been in politics for a while. He's a pretty intelligent dude from what I've seen. So I best of luck to him. Housing and urban development is an interesting position for sure. And we'll see what he comes up with.
Yeah.
So good luck to him.
Hey, good to see former players on Burgundy and Gold, man, making it regardless of where it is. So that's pretty cool. Shout out, rest in peace, Michelle Trachtenberg. Saw that today too, man.
Yeah, yesterday. Apparently, they said died of 39 natural causes. I was like, oh, this is going to stir up some conspiracy theories. They're like, oh, she had a liver transplant and it didn't go.
Happens in threes, man. It always happens in threes. There's going to be one more.
Oh, yeah, Michelle Trachtenberg, man. Yeah, from
she was great.
Euro
she was in Euro Trip.
Yeah.
She was in
Gossip Girl, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, a bunch of other stuff.
Oh man, Euro Trip. She was great. She's one of the twins.
My wife just texted me that she's taking my car, and I'm like, "That's cool. It has no gas. Free gas for me."
Set you up, girl. Set you up.
Boys don't ain't nothing.
No, you gotta fill it up. What's up, Cody? I'm out in Utah. Big fan of this jersey. Yeah, Bone Thugs, man. Bone Thugs, old school. Love them. Love me some Bone Thugs. Next topic, guys. Great song, man. Great song. Easy E had them guys cooking, man. Electronic first down. So when the combine comes around, you get the owners' meetings, you get these new rules that come out. And so what we're going to see in 2025 is a new electronic first down. So normally you got the chain gang. They go out there with the yard spread. Now they're going to move to what's something called the Hawkeye virtual measurement. It's going to start in 2025. The head of football operations, Troy Vincent, was the one who put it out.
Another former Redskin.
Yeah, there you go. All measurements for the line of scrimmage will be determined virtually as opposed to by a referee. So now you rely on the objectivity of a guy, the zebras, to make a call. Now it's going to be using the Hawkeye overhead virtual.
That does not mean that the electronic eye is going to mark the ball. It's just going to mark where the first down is.
Yes,
and whether or not,
the official will still be the one placing the ball. That is
so. Correct. Sean Hockey still gets the opportunity to screw us at any chance he gets. Or the refs who were in our game against the Steelers last year and said Zach Ertz was a yard further back than he actually was.
Yep. And apparently we use this technology last preseason. So that's what they do. Usually they use the XFL or what is it, UFL now for testing of these new things. They tested the kickoff first there. Now it's part of the NFL. So they're catching up with the rest of the world. Soccer has a chip in their ball. So, I mean, I don't know why we don't use chip in the balls. I mean, it was really probably make life easier. That would answer everything, but they're catching up. They're not relying on a human error anymore, which is.
But what do they use the chip in the ball for soccer for?
I mean, they use it in hockey also. So you can when so you know when a ball is out of bounds, inbounds. You can do it. Also tracks metrics like velocity, all those other things too. So
yeah, but in theory, have stats that do that anyway for a lot of things.
But if you had chips in the front of the back of the ball, you would know if where the ball should be placed. It'd be like a
buzzer goes off every time you cross the first down marker.
Something like that. And I don't think they're going to ban the tush push either. They're talking about it. I don't think there's anything they're going to do. The only thing I think
you can do that is if you bring back the rule that says you can't
no touching the quarterback.
But the thing is that rule only got lifted a couple years ago.
But they took it away from the defense. You can't push the defensive line forward. So if you should give them that for safety reasons, remember, and on the kicks too, you can't jump over and block. Bring that all back. If you want to play equalized playing field, either if you don't let the running backs push the quarterback, you can keep the tush push and say no one can push the quarterback. That's probably the fairest thing. Or let the defense have the ability to push their guys into the offensive line. That's the only other way, because right now they can't. It's not fair. That's all. But you got to figure out how to freaking stop it. That's all I'm saying.
By the way,
Michelle. Shout out Michelle.
Deuce needs your help. He says his like button is stuck.
Yeah, hit that.
Hit the like button and tell us if yours is working.
Appreciate you, Deuce. Red Zone in the Lab, redzonelab.com.
There's an article right now, by the way. Minnesota Vikings reportedly interested
in what?
Jonathan Allen.
There it is.
You heard
it here first, ladies and gentlemen.
Let's get my Phil's favorite
broke the news.
Uncle Ronnie.
Jon Allen in Minnesota, man. Like we said before, 16.3 million would be nice to have. Deb thinks it'd be okay to keep Jon Allen and wouldn't deal.
It doesn't hurt my I think cutting him is worse for us than keeping him.
Yeah.
Unless doing that result turns into something crazy. Like, what's the chances in the guy we cut replace him is better than him? Like right away. What's the chances?
It'd have to be a draft guy because I don't think the free agent list that we just looked at is.
That's what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, if we can get better at the position, I'm for it. But if you just get rid of the guy for $16 million, man, come on, bro. Like, I don't think we
end up getting better at other positions.
Yeah, it'd be a trade-off, right?
Maybe if that directly is the reason we get Garrett, then I shut the fuck up immediately. If he's directly the reason we get a Jair Alexander or Reed, then I'll shut the fuck straight up. But we don't need him for those, bro. We don't need him. We can get them and still have Allen.
Talk is cheap, motherfucker.
There you go. Yam says we need a system to punish the refs. Yeah, they do, but they don't publicize it.
Throw a bullet at that. What's that movie we watched where he said get out the way and he threw the ball at him in the nuts? Is that a necessary roughness? Where like he hiked it and everybody split the middle. He let him run right down the middle and threw the ball at him in the dick with it.
I don't know if it's necessary roughness. That was just on the other day.
Adam Sandler's movie.
Texas State.
Longest yard.
Oh, there you go. Ryan said for soccer, it's more for VAR of goal, calls outside. It's crazy accurate. I love it when it works for your team, but when it goes against you because someone is offsides because of a toe, it takes away the goal. Okay.
I won a state championship in track and field because the guy's hands was on the line when we started. We ran the whole race and won it, and they disqualified us. State championships, man.
Dang.
Yep.
Dang.
It's weird because I've always had this thing of like I do like the human element.
Yeah,
it sucks because it goes against us so much, but I don't know. I get it. You want the most accurate thing possible, but it's just how long before they just everything becomes a simulation? Yeah.
Next topic. Let's talk about So the NFL Player Association did their grades for the whole year. They voted on facilities, families, food, locker room, training staff, weight room, strength coaches, team travel, head coach, and ownership. Now, if you remember last year, we got some pretty bad grade over the years, right? Do you remember in Ron's last year? Like, there's been some issues with this team going forward. It's a lot of it was facilities based. A lot of it was, yeah, the coach is kind of cool, but sort of thing. So I'm just going to spit you the shout out to Mitch Tisler, but real quick here are the clash of the grades between last year and this year. Then we'll go down into each and show you real quick. So this is where we finished this year. Treatment of families went from an F- to a B+. Food and dining went from a D+ to a B+. Diet and nutrition went down, B-, C+. Locker room went from F- to an F. Slight improvement. Training room staff, F to a B+. Weight room, C to a B-. Strength was an A. We've always had good strength coaches. Team travel, F to an A. I believe they let the families travel with the players, if I'm not mistaken. And head coach was C to an A+. Ownership, B to an A. That's pretty damn good.
It's a lot of improvement over 1 year.
That's a lot of improvement. And if you just go down and look at,
realistically, they've had, I know technically they bought the team in 2024 or 2023. They bought it in June. They've had 1 year of implementation, really, one full off season to implement a lot of changes. So,
treatment of, like, you can see where they rank amongst the rest of the NFL in these different categories. So dietitian, locker room, 29th. But it's just good to see the improvements coming along with the team, and the coaches are getting A's. Like, it's a little refreshing when you look at the grades last year. I mean, we weren't in the best of places, man.
And there's still a lot of room for improvement. And I think that, that takes time.
Totally is. We think about this, Dev. Strength, team, travel, A. Is there any other team you want to like to look at, though, while we have all of the teams?
Dallas got.
See what Dallas got? All right, let's see what Dallas got.
I mean, 11th out of 32 teams. That's not a bad place to be after 1 year.
Report card for Dallas, 10th out of 32. We were 11th, right?
Yep.
We are 10th. They're right below us. I mean, right above us, excuse me. So they're right there. Locker room is an A, or they got state-of-the-art stuff. Weight room, A-. Yeah, ownership is a B. Head coach, A. They like Mike McCarthy, I guess.
Everybody likes Mike McCarthy except for the owner.
Yeah, but there's a little factoid up here. I think I read somewhere that there's only 3 teams that don't provide childcare for the kids on game days, and Philadelphia is one of them. I read that somewhere. I don't know exactly where.
I mean, think about it though, man. You're the richest people probably if you're in the NFL. You're probably the richest person in your family at that point. You can't find a goddamn babysitter, man.
That's not the point, Deb. The point is about taking care of families. If you want this to be a family-oriented organization, if you want your wife to come to the game and not have to worry about the kids, you can.
I want it to be a job, bro. That's probably what
that's why you would get F as an owner.
I can't take my fucking kids to work. You know what I'm saying? Every fucking day. They're not responsible for that shit.
Let's look at the Eagles.
And I'll lose my job if I don't make it because I got somebody to do watching.
22nd out of 32. Ooh,
who was that? Philly?
The Eagles. Ooh, this is voted by your own players.
That's probably because of crowd, though. It's probably gonna be some bullshit.
The crowd. No, let's see. Facilities C-.
Yeah, that's probably because they throw batteries.
Look. Shoot! I didn't see this. We can break these out. Players rate post-game family era 7.6 out of 10. The players for the team organizes family events a couple times per year, which ranks 28 out of 32.
I feel like if that's the reason,
there you go. Right there.
That's the only reason they went down almost 3 points. That's a pretty good score. If that's the only complaint they have is that we don't have childcare for your kids for millionaires, then I mean 7.10.
Now I want to go back to ours and see what it said when you break it down. Dietitian, locker room D+. They have enough room. Locker room size is inadequate. I mean, it is adequate, sorry, but they still ranked it.
I wonder if anyone voted there as an
A. Training staff, weight room B, team travel F. Why'd they give their team travel an F?
With the players, I bet.
Only 43% said they have a comfortable amount of personal space on flights, ranking them 30th out of 32. Team's travel schedule is not very efficient. Players feel they should get first-class seats on team flights instead of the coaching staff. Ooh, well, your coaches don't like you, Philly. So,
Aren't they all first class seats on charter? What kind of fucking plane they taking?
I don't think so.
They must be on Spirit with the OnlyFans chicks.
All right, what post game family area? This is back to the Commanders. They are one of 10 teams that do not provide a family room during home games, but we do provide daycare during home games. Okay. The team frequently organizes family events, which ranks 2 out of 32. Holy smokes. That's a culture change right there. Where do we lack? C+, nutritionist. Team dietitian is moderately accessible. Okay. Got to get better there.
Be that guy going to work.
All right. Locker room. They gave us an F in the locker room. Why did they give us an F in the locker room? Not enough room. Okay. Locker room size inadequate. We know this. Team needs a new locker room with bigger lockers and more space.
I should go watch Phil's solo about the locker room and the facilities, man. He did a pretty good
there you go. Yeah, the vlog when he had the visit.
Yeah.
37% report ongoing plumbing problems in the locker room. So, but you know what? I'm sure about this.
On everybody that time.
Well, this from the players though, so maybe there's a hot water issue or whatever. But I guarantee Josh Harris and crew will fix these issues. They've listened to everything the fans and players have talked about so far. They're gonna fix it, man.
They're probably fixing that plumbing. They're like, this stadium's gone to hell. Fuck this place.
We're not gonna invest any more.
If it's brown, flush it down. If it's yellow, let it mellow.
Into this. Yeah, team travel A. Okay, very efficient training. Yeah. Head coach A+. A+ ranked him number 1 of 32 head coaches in the league.
Wow.
Perfect score.
Didn't get coach of the year.
Man. No, you know what? Now we got to go back to Minnesota because Kevin O'Connell got it, right?
Yeah.
Harris ranked 4th best owner in the NFL out of 32.
Well, you know he didn't get over out Quinn because he was number 1.
Oh, that's true. Let's look at Minnesota then. Now you got me thinking, Dev. Minnesota Vikings. Let's see.
Man, they got a bunch of
second
overall. Yeah,
overall. Okay, let's just go straight.
Maybe Jon Allen got something. Maybe he knows something we don't, bro.
So head coach A+. Ooh. Okay. Ranking him 3rd of 32.
Yeah. Look
at that. What's up, Phil Bullock? Appreciate you popping in, man. Appreciate you, man. Just going over some team grades. Yeah, there you go. Any other teams you guys want to look at before we?
Yeah, I want to look at who's the poorest team in the league?
Poorest team?
It is Jacksonville because they got a great owner. They got a rich owner, but they just suck.
Cleveland has to be bad, right? Let's see how bad Cleveland.
I don't know. I feel like Cleveland spends a lot of money on football. They just don't win.
You think? Let's see. 30th out of 32. I'll do a quick skim here. Families 28th. Food dining. Dude, this is bad. Locker room F minus. Not even an F. That's F minus.
They must have probably got rid of all the masseuses.
Yeah. Weight room A. String coaches A. Team travel D.
Used to have a whole team of masseuses, man, but now we don't because it's Watson.
Ownership C+. Bam.
My wife is on this. They having that shut down the economy thing tomorrow where you're not supposed to spend no money, so she's trying to fill up all the cars, do all that shit tonight.
Oh, there you go. Well, let's just round out the NFC East and let's look at the Giants. 20th. Okay, so were we 10th or were we 11th? I don't remember.
We were 11th.
We were 11th. Philly was 10th then, right?
No, Dallas was 10th.
Dallas was 10th. We were 11th.
Philly was 22nd.
And the New York Giants are 20th. Look at that.
Look, we're in the top 12.
Yeah.
It's not a bad place to be.
Ryan wants to see the Jags. All right, Ryan, let's look at the Jags here. Jackson, treatment of 18th. Okay. Treatment of families. They got a big old fat F. One of 10 teams that do not provide a family room during home games. They do provide daycare. Treatment of families is the team's lowest graded category. Many players believe there's changes that need to be made. That's cool. I would really have to take my time and dive in each one of these. That's just
Bears. I want to see the Bears.
You want to see the Bears?
Shit.
All right, let's look at the Bears.
I don't know why. I just feel like the Bears because they've been around.
14th. So
okay,
right behind us. Right behind us. Right behind us. Yeah, pretty fair grades. Nothing really scathing. That's interesting.
Well, who's the worst?
Well, I want to see who got an F as a coach or an owner.
Shit, hold on. Let me try to think. That's a good one. Who's the worst coach in NFL? Oh, the Jets. What the Jets get?
The Jets.
or the Bears.
We just did the Bears. They're okay.
Yeah.
The Jets spend money though. Then the Dolphins are up there. Well, you living in
I got an F.
First.
Yeah, you're in Miami. What's that a complaint
Holy
about?
smokes!
You got your
Look
older.
at that. A's, A plus.
Everybody
A
loves their
plus.
coach, big dog.
Holy
Everybody loves playing in Miami. It's Miami.
They love Mike McDaniel, man.
But you're in Miami also. Everything's better. Sun shining all the fucking time.
Yeah, but I heard their tailgating sucks.
Every day is a barbecue there, man. Barbecue ain't
it's
special.
nothing but you tailgate in the muddy grass. Jets are 29th out of 32.
I bet that tailgate looks better.
Goddamn Jet. It doesn't. There's no room to tailgate. Literally,
I'm talking about the people at the tailgate.
Oh yeah.
You talking about Miami?
Yeah.
I'm sure the girls at the
tailgate.
No. My coworker who's a Miami fan, he goes down there. He goes the place where he goes and tailgate. It's grass. The parking lot's all grass. So if it rains, it's not gravel. It's not concrete. So if it rains, you're in the mud.
Because when I went to go on my cruise, we literally drove past the stadium.
Yeah.
I just couldn't get a good picture of it. It sticks out because it's nothing but flat land around it. It's parking spaces.
Yeah.
What's the Jets coach?
What's the Jets coach?
Yeah.
What was your rating?
Sorry. This is the Jets. They are 29th out of 32. Their coach, 25th, Jeff Ulbrich.
Ooh, ownership got an F.
Interim coach.
Woody Johnson's pretty well hated over there.
They didn't even go by old dude. They didn't go by Robert Salas. That's bullshit.
Yeah. I think the players liked Robert Saleh.
Well, they were graded after the season.
Yeah. He says Coke on the all-you-can snort buffet served off bikini butt cheeks.
I mean,
I like cigars when we.
Who's complaining? Who's complaining?
I want to know who the worst team was.
The worst team?
Who had the absolute worst report card?
Jets.
No, they're 29th.
Hold on.
There are 32 teams.
Hold on, I want to guess.
Who was worse than the Jets?
Who you think it is, Phil?
You would think Carolina.
I don't know. They got a whole new everything.
Terrible.
Steelers. Apparently the Steelers
Steelers don't have a great report card either.
I don't believe that.
Go up.
You don't like Steelers coach. Something wrong with you, bro. I hate people.
No, Tomlin got crazy good marks.
Yeah.
That was
Steelers 28th
overall. Who's 32?
The only A on the Steelers is the head coach.
Who's 32?
That's what we're trying to figure out.
I thought it was the Browns, wasn't it?
I don't know.
Did we look at the Browns?
No, I don't think we looked at it.
We did. Oh, 30th.
30th. Yeah, who's 32?
There are two teams worse than the Browns.
The Colts, maybe?
Man, the Panthers scores look surprisingly good.
Yeah, they got all new everything, dog. They're going to like them.
Cardinals look pretty
Cardinals.
Good. 32 out of 32. Yeah, there you go.
Cardinals should have kept Cliff.
There you go. 32 out of 32. Damn.
Now look at you. Look at you.
Look
at you. Emotional.
Emotional damage.
I can't find it.
Yeah, I did it for you.
So why did they suck so bad? Let's see. Treatment of families D+.
Damn, food and dining 30.
Food and dining.
They provide daycare and a family room during home games and still got D+.
That's just some haters on that team, dog.
Hold on. They only organize a couple of family events a year.
Yeah.
Players want access to pregame sideline passes so they can see their family before the game.
Fair. Freshest of food, 6.8 out of 10, ranking third at 32.
Damn, what they got in there? They got over there some motherfucking croissants.
I don't know. Nutritionist B.
Okay. Jelly sandwiches.
Locker room F-, 32 out of 32.
That's
even worse
not
than
even
ours.
An old stadium.
It's not. It's only a couple years old.
That was the first team that had the rolling grass.
Yeah.
They rolled the turf in and out the stadium.
That's crazy. You know what's funny is if we were gonna play the Rams because of the fires, we were gonna play it in Arizona. Remember that was a scenario in the playoffs?
Remember we played the 49ers in Arizona in 2020 because of earthquake or fires or something.
Was it?
Yeah.
Man.
Remember that was the game that Chase Young kind of
Yeah,
broke
yeah,
out.
yeah,
Into
yeah,
a
yeah,
mess.
yeah. That's right.
That remember it was held in
Yeah.
Arizona.
31st weight room out of 32. Team travel B. Head coach A. So they like Jonathan Gannon. Ownership D-. Oof.
Bidwell, Michael Bidwell.
What do you do if you're an owner and you read this report card? And how do you look at your team and know they hate your shitty guts? Like, you suck. How do you look them in the eye and be like, I got to do better? Or you like, fuck you. Like, like, what do you do? I don't know. Phil Block said, what day do they show the 40 times? Hey, it's by position group, Phil. So every day a different position groups are going and they're running 40s and doing their stuff. So
you're going to see a 40 time of the guys who ran today, which was all linemen, by the way.
There you go. Slick with the kick says, fried cactus and scorpion kebabs at Cardinals facility.
Hey, yo, I would eat some scorpion kebabs.
There you go.
Yeah. No fried cactus to me. I'll take some of them yucca plants, though.
Yucca's good, man.
What the fuck is a yucca?
Yucca? It's yucca? Like cactus. It's fried yucca is almost like a French fry.
It's
really good. I get when I go to like
whitest stuff ever.
Nah, when you get like Peruvian chicken, like charcoal
what the
chicken.
Fuck is Peruvian chicken?
Peruvian chicken. It's like chicken with like
chicken from Peru.
Special like
Peruvian
seasoning
chicken
on it, and they
Nando's
peri peri. Yeah, it's called charcoal chicken. Really, it's just like a rotisserie chicken. They cook over charcoal and they put these spices on it, and they sell that with like the yellow sauce, the green sauce, with rice, beans. It's so good, dude. You got to have a Peruvian chicken place in your area. They're everywhere. They're like McDonald's. They're everywhere, Dev. Guarantee you got one. We'll look it up after the show.
Is it like an I Am Samani chicken? You ever seen those?
I have no idea what that is.
Well, Google it. They're all the way black. Beak's black, skin's black. Even when you bake it, it's black. The eggs are even black.
I don't know. I just know this chicken.
Black on black on black on black chicken. There's like no color on it. It's pretty dope. They're like $5,000 a chicken. If you
no, this is definitely not it.
Yeah,
this is a economy.
It's a real animal, by the way. They have. I think they're in Indonesia. It's like a chicken that's born completely black. It's like no color. Even the eyes, everything, tongue. Everything's black. There's no other colors on it. Yeah, It's pretty dope. It's pretty dope looking. They look fake as fuck, but they are absolutely real. Or Brahma chicken. You ever seen those?
Never.
I've seen Brahma chicken.
Brahma chickens are like 3 foot tall, bro. They're like Big Bird. I think he's a Brahma chicken actually, but
I don't think this Peruvian chicken is just a type of seasosoning they put on it. And it ain't like a type of
like
chicken.
Lemon pepper.
It's like that. It's so good though. You gotta try it for yourself, man. It's hard to say. Like
it fry it.
There you go, Ryan. See where you live. I'll find one for you. He'll find it.
I live in Kentucky.
So Ryan Elias sent me this. It's a Bleacher Report trade proposal, and I find this one interesting.
For Jon Allen?
No, for Tyreek Hill.
Oh, he wants to be traded. He did say that.
He can pay $50 million here soon, dog.
So the Commanders get Tyreek Hill, a 2025 7th round pick, and a 2026 5th round pick. In exchange, we give up a 2025 2nd and 5th and 2026 3rd.
Dude, sign me up.
That ain't never gonna happen, but yeah, I agree.
I feel like we would kind of win that trade.
We would. I would do that. You're not giving up a first.
What was it again?
Okay, let me see. Let me see if I could probably access.
I feel like I'd do it.
Let me see if I can pull it up.
You got to pay Jonathan. You got to pay Tariq Evans like $45-50 million in a year though. At like 30-something years old.
He's probably it's probably his last big contract.
He got a 50 in there. It's something stupid ass.
No, what I mean, this is probably his last big contract.
Yeah, but I think it's like
career,
that's a year that's completely guaranteed if he's on the team.
It's a hypothetical. All right, let's get this down.
All right,
I'll agree.
It's a hypothetical, but
yeah, he got in 2026. You got to pay that nigga $51 million against the cap, dog. $51.898 million. A cap hit in 26.
This too. That's a little bit bigger.
He's only getting 28 this year.
There you go. A little bit.
Then you can cut him.
There you go.
Actually, you can't. No, he's due $51 million in 26, bro.
You'd have to restructure his contract somehow.
For sure. But you're talking about Tyreek Hill, a 7th and a 5th, a 7th in 2025 and a 5th in 2026. You give up a 2nd and a 5th in 2025
and a 3rd
and a 3rd in 2026.
I would totally do that.
I feel like it's too much. And the only reason I'm saying that is because now that I realize it, that means you're going to have to pay $51 million for this nigga in 1 year.
He's 30 years old.
You can restructure. Those contracts always get restructured, Dev.
I'm just taking it on face value. I'm scared to death of that. I've seen that $51 million, bro. after next year, like you
I would
gotta
only
pay him.
do it if you talk to Tyreek and say we gotta restructure that.
So he has this year and next year.
Yeah,
His
and
cap
then
hit is 28.6 this year. You're right. And 51.59, 52 essentially.
Yeah, I ain't no fucking. I don't know. That scares the fuck out of me. And you giving up? I mean, first day. I mean,
It's
third round picks are
it's-
first day
okay.
starters.
Contract aside, that's a hell of a good trade. And it's
Yeah.
realistic. It's
Yeah.
more realistic to what you're
It's
going to
probably a
trade.
good trade.
But
because-
Dev, that 52 million on the last year of his contract, that's what we talked about. You throw all that money at the end and figure out, are you keeping them? If I'm keeping them, I'm going to restructure you. If I'm not keeping you, I'm just going to cut you or whatever.
Yeah, but you would give up a third and a second and all them picks.
Then you restructure. You're not going to pay him 52 million. You're not going to pay him 52 million. No
no,
way. You're paying
contract-
52 million.
Dev, that contract when they signed it with the intention of the Dolphins was to restructure.
The
it.
last
Say
year,
that, but think about this. Think about this though. Higgins is going to get paid. Probably he wants 37. I don't know if he
I
gets.
think
that.
he'll get like 34.
Man,
30,
I think
34,
that if he gets less than 37, it's because he turns it down. It ain't because it ain't going to be offered. I think the Patriots are going to offer him that, dog. And if they offer him $37 million,
they should.
It's not out of the realm, Phil, to think that Tyreek Hill, who's significantly better than this nigga, ain't worth 51. It just don't. It don't. I mean, he might be
Will
worth.
he be significantly better than him in 2 years?
That's my point. That's why I'd be afraid to get him. That's it.
Yeah.
If I got to spend
Higgins
money
is what,
in
26?
that, yeah. If I got to spend crazy assets and money, I'm just gonna go big Higgins and pay him. I'd rather overpay Higgins, and in about 4 or 5 years that ain't an overpay anymore.
It's kind of weird because Higgins wouldn't cost you any draft picks. He just
right. That's
money.
what I'm saying. Then give up draft picks
Hill
and
would cost
overpay.
you money and draft picks. So that's what you're saying.
That's the only scary thing about it. Like I feel like receiver is a position that, man, if we can't get Higgins, man, for in the low 30s, then I would just pick a first round pick. I'm not willing to trade picks for a receiver. Too many receivers are good every year. There's somebody new breaks out every fucking year.
Unless you're us, and it's only Terry.
Right. I would much rather just draft a guy in the first round.
Although somebody might try to tell me Diami was good this year.
He was good this year.
No, he was not good.
He did his role. He's a third, fourth receiver, dog. That's why I expect him.
That's not good.
That's what I expect him to be.
I mean, for one, not even that. It was like 1 point something.
Right. I expect a $1 million receiver to play like that.
All right, so let's get into the RFK site. Talking about RFK here. So quick, just a quick discussion from Grant Polson on X, discussing the possibility of not being able to tailgate the next Commander Stadium at RFK. Eric Flack says, I'm under the impression we are talking about no tailgating on the property. Would be a significant blow. The current site at RFK is 174 acres. 144 acres are just parking lots at Northwest Stadium alone.
Wow.
So, but Mayor Bowser also said she wants retail, housing, green space in addition to the stadium.
I don't want
any will likely be garages.
There's a green space that is going to be 120 yards by 52 in the middle of the stadium. That's the green space that's important.
Place where the players play. Yeah,
you can forget any of that other crap. Okay, this is a football stadium. All right. Now I know that there's some trendy little people who are like, but the Patriots this, the Patriots that, because the Patriots have this big area of bars and such right outside their stadium, right? That's because their stadium is in Foxborough, Massachusetts, where there is nothing other than the stadium.
I don't even know what Foxborough is. It makes no sense.
Massachusetts.
It's a borough of Fox.
I get that.
Yeah, and Baltimore doesn't have. Baltimore has like this much space to tailgate too. I drive by it all the time when I go to the doctor. Right there, there's nowhere to tailgate.
It's the same, but they share a parking lot with the Orioles.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Yeah,
Minnesota apparently. Minnesota
I've never been
Vikings
to a Ravens game in Baltimore, but having gone to Orioles games, it's not terrible. I mean, you still have to walk, but it's not like they don't have a great tailgating culture. We do, right? Command Corner. And those of us in the social media sphere, I said this on Twitter, and I tagged Mayor Bowser on this too. I don't think she saw it because the Empress has more important things to do. But people like Command Corner, we can take care of feeding fans. Yeah. All right. We don't need a B-dubs. We don't need a green turtle. All right.
At the tailgate.
You can go down to Nats Park for that shit. Give us a football stadium. Give us parking space.
Parking garage tailgate. Yeah.
Give us tailgating space, because that's culture.
Yes.
All right. If you want to talk about culture, Mayor Bowers likes to get up there and completely act like she's part of the culture, but she looks like she's never touched drums before in her life when she was trying to do go-go music the other day. It's the most embarrassing shit I've ever seen in my life. Let us tell you about the culture, Mayor Bowser. You don't know nothing about
the one that can't spell.
No, that's the one in
Philadelphia
Philly.
mayor.
No, Mayor Bowser is Empress Bowser. All right, you have to go to her and get permission for anything.
And the residents of DC are fearing that if there's going to be no tailgate, what are we going to naturally do? We're going to park somewhere in the residential area where we can tailgate. So it's a concern for them.
They
I get
want that, but here's the thing: the city of DC wants that, because you know what happened. All right, you used to be able to do that in Nats Park, right? You used to be able to go to that neighborhood that's across the street from Nats Park. If you went back far enough, you could park. There was no zoned parking. It was all right. Then they zoned everything over there for the simple ability to tow your car. All right. I've had a car towed at a spot that there was no signs, but like, nope, this whole block, this whole street is zoned parking. So I gotta go pay $180 on top of the ticket to get the car back.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
but look at it from this side. I'm with you. Screw RFK. I don't want it RFK anyways. I am anti RFK. I do not.
I want it there.
Keep it where it is.
I don't need all that.
Keep it where it is.
You know, Nats Park has that whole several blocks of bars and shit.
Yeah, and restaurants and all that stuff. Yeah.
Cool. Leave it there. There's no reason to have two of those in the same city. All right. You two stadium districts. All right. You have one stadium district, and that's down in the Navy Yard area, Buzzard Point. Because guess what? You got Nats Park. You got whatever they call that area, the bullpen. What do they call that area? I can't
bullpen.
remember.
Yeah,
bullpen. And then you got Audi Field. Right? You have two stadiums down there. You've created a stadium district. Okay. You're not putting the stadium there. So leave that to be the stadium district where you have all this nightlife crap that goes on outside of the actual games. RFK site is for the Commanders, and it's going to be where we play football. All right. And we have a football culture that involves tailgating. All right. Yeah. I will go to our tailgates 20 times a year before I would be like, no, screw this. I'm going to go to the Green Turtle.
Yeah.
And I don't even hate Green Turtle. I'm just using that because that's a chain that you see all over.
I just think it's a shitty location. You could make it the nice place in the world. It's a shit location, dude.
It's only a shit location if you want something other than football and parking space.
I mean, you can't even drive it there on a normal day at 3 a.m. There's traffic. It's a 2-lane 295. If they fix that, great. If they turn that into a 4-lane superhighway, great. But I don't think they will. I
don't think they need to because I think
you can't even get there without a stadium.
A lot of people will take the Metro.
And it falls right into there. We're not going to tailgate. And I know why DC doesn't want to tailgate, because they want something that's sustainable all year long to make money. I don't give a shit about that. That's why I say keep it where it is and let the Commanders do whatever they want.
And you can still make money, because guess what? How many times a year is FedEx Field used for concerts?
Quite a bit.
How many
used to be a lot more. Not as much anymore.
Northwest Stadium. I gotta get FedEx out of my mouth because that's a Dan Snyder thing.
Yeah.
How many times a year do they play international soccer soccer games at that stadium?
A lot, all time. All
right. If it wasn't such an old hulking deal, we would have a World Cup game there again. We had World Cup games at RFK in '94.
We did. And if it's such a big deal, why did you let it sit decrepit for 15 years and not do anything about it? That's what my thing is. I don't know. I don't like the location. Traffic sucks. Yes, the metro stop is fantastic.
I really do.
But
all right, I really do, because I like the fact that there's an existing metro stop there. All right, if you put the stadium somewhere else, you got to have metro rail access. Right, 3 lines run through there: green, orange, and silver. Yeah. Or sorry, blue, orange, and silver, all run through Stadium Armory. Right. You have constant trains running through there. All right. So you're going to get an increase. Look, the WMATA always screams they don't have money. All right. You're going to have a lot more people using the Metro Rail if you have a Metro stop at the actual stadium for all these events. All right. Now, that does get split up between the three areas, District, Virginia, and Maryland, but it's still more money in the WMATA. So you get that boost right there, right? Because more people are going to take the Metro Rail if they don't have to walk over a mile up Garrett Morgan Boulevard to the stadium. All right. It's going to be great for the handicap, too. Lord knows, if you have any kind of handicap or if you're just completely out of shape, that Metro Rail ain't an option.
No, you got to get someone to drive you all the way up to the stadium.
I once went to a game with a guy, with my buddy of mine and his roommate. His roommate, it was the Antonio Brown twerk game. All right. My friend and I went with his roommate. His roommate was a Steelers fan. That guy was so out of shape, we had to stop 6 different times for him to catch his breath because it was that long of a walk.
Yeah.
All right. People look, and that made me get to think about this is not sustainable. You wherever it is, you have to have a Metro Rail stop. And here's the thing: you're not going to get a Metro Rail stop installed before a stadium's built.
Or
look how long it took them to build the Silver Line.
Yeah, or just offer if you weren't cheap, you could offer a shuttle service for a fee from Morgan Boulevard. Now
that's still not an efficient method of doing it.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know. I don't mind it.
A rail stop there that was designed for a stadium that existed.
Yeah.
You're fine.
But if you're asking me to say yes or no based on tailgate, and if it came down to just that, I'd say nope. Move it.
Boom. Here you go. Here's something we can bring back to make money in the district right there. Thank you to my girlfriend. Yeah. Bring back the DC 101 chili cook-off at RFK. Hell, guess what used to be at RFK too that wasn't there this year? HF Festival. That's back. Put it at RFK.
Races that I run in DC used to end at RFK. It started at Stadium Army and RFK, like the Shamrock Half Marathon, the Rock and Roll Half Marathon. They used to the Shamrock Fest.
Shamrock Fest
used to be in the parking lot of RFK. Yeah, you can do all those things. If there's no parking lot, I don't know what you're gonna do.
They had a parking lot there before.
They did.
Had a parking lot. Here's the thing: you've got to create. It creates festival grounds. There are no festival grounds in DC.
Yeah, not anymore. Not anymore. Now you just have these small concert halls. Not Constitution, 930.
Anthem. 930 Club. You got Echo Stage. You got the Fillmore up in Silver Spring. There's plenty of those spots, but you want to have a big festival ground, and big festival grounds bring in money, right?
Yeah.
Anytime one of these legacy music acts tours, or you get God dare I say this, the next time Taylor Swift goes on one of her umpteen billion-dollar tours,
she's playing indoors, dude. They don't play outdoors. They rarely play
outdoors.
Why
She play Nashville outdoors?
I mean, I guess here, I guess you could. Because Jiffy Lube's closing down, right?
Well, Jiffy Lube wasn't big enough to hold her tour. She didn't come to DC. She did not come to DC.
I feel like that stadium's bigger than the Nashville one. I don't know that.
They didn't want to play there.
Huh.
Yeah.
Maybe it was more of a I don't even know why.
I am in possession of some fantastic videos of her son and my son when they went viral at Shamrock Fest 12 years ago.
There you go. Shamrock Fest. Good time. I'm telling you,
days of going viral on Twitter.
We would run the Rock and Roll half and walk right over to the Shamrock Fest right after. It was right across the street. You start at Stadium Army, walk over to RFK right there. Or you start at the DC Army, then you walk across the street to the stadium. Fantastic times.
But you can do this. See, that makes it more of a year-round venue for big events, right? We don't have big events in DC because no one wants to go out to Maryland. God knows here's the funny thing. People in Maryland, all right, and I was born in Maryland, so I got a bone to pick with some of my fellow native statesmen. Y'all love to say, I'm not going to Virginia to go to the stadium if they build it there. You have no problem making people in Virginia come to you, all right? And they've been doing it for almost 30 years, all right? So don't act high and mighty like you are too good to come to because let's face it, a lot of y'all moved to Virginia anyway to escape the taxes, all right? Don't act like you're too good for Virginia, all right?
I try not
don't
to
act like you're too good for DC. Get on that goddamn metro line when they build RFK and come on in. All right, the water's fine. All right. Honestly, you can make this a year-round venue. You can make this a year-round venue for. You can bring back all these the Shamrock Fest, the Chili Cook-Off, HF Festival. DC used to be a spot for large festival type events, and it's gone. They're slowly trying to bring it back when they brought back HF Festival, but you need the space to do that, right? And not everybody wants to do it in the stadium. Sometimes it was like Shamrock Fest was always in the parking lot at RFK. Chili Cook-Off was always in the parking lot. You can make this a year-round venue that's more sustainable than just football. All right, but Bowser, being as she normally is, extremely short-sighted.
I mean, she said in her statement that if this stadium goes to RFK, we would love to host a World Cup, including the Super Bowl. And yes, Beyonce and Taylor Swift. So I think her head's there for hosting those big concerts.
Well, you need a place to fucking park. Not everybody's going to take the metro. Now, you'll get a lot of people to take the metro. We don't need another bullpen district. It is what it is. We just need a stadium, and we need parking space, and we need to keep that metro stop nice and shiny.
It's going to come down to the funding. I mean, public funding versus private, Josh Harris funding. I don't know what they're going to settle on.
I think there's going to be a lot less to argue about if you just keep it to a stadium. Let's keep this simple.
What's up, Tia? How you doing?
What's up, Tia? Welcome.
I'm
on my soapbox.
Yeah, it's last 15 minutes has been the Phil show. Phil's going off on RFK, man. I don't know. Their vision in the blueprints has this giant skyscrapers and shopping malls, and you ain't see it in the stadium. You don't see any parking garage underground. So Minnesota Vikings did it. Minnesota Vikings has no tailgating. I don't know. That's a deal breaker for me personally.
The only way this works is if your concession prices are like Atlanta's.
Yes, you could feed a family of 4 for $30. Hot dogs are $2. Come on, guys. Sodas are $3. But I mean, you make up for it in the PSLs, and they're making their money back. They just give a break on concessions. I'll pay I'll pay out the wazoo for a PSL if you make me, if I can get a hot dog for $4.
$2.
Yeah, $2, whatever. Yeah.
Every new stadium is funded with PSLs to some degree anymore.
Yeah. What's up, Michael Hyde? How long? Yeah, man, it's been a minute, man.
Our Seattle boy.
Welcome back. Congrats on a good Commander season. A lot of us Seattle fans are rooting for you guys. Hey, I saw that I think they cut Geno Smith, if I'm not mistaken. Is it Sam Howell time? I saw Geno's Instagram. It was very cryptic.
Are y'all loading up the Howard
Geno?
I think so. I mean, that's the rumor mill. It's not. I don't know if it's official yet, but I think they're gonna cut him. Because he posted something on his IG where he got up and walked away, something like that. I don't know. If they cut him, they can save $31 million. That's a lot of money.
Geno Smith.
He's on the last year of his deal. I don't know.
$31 million quarterback to me.
Yeah.
Apparently, this is news to Michael. He says, "What?"
No. Like I said, it's the rumor mill. It's someone took his Instagram post, and I think they're spinning it and saying, "Oh no, does this mean Geno's going to get cut?" If they cut him before June 1st, it's 13.5. If they cut him after June 1st, it's $31 million they could save.
Yeah, they probably told him, "Hey, we're cutting you after."
Again, though, do you think they cut a capable quarterback for $13 million savings?
$31
million savings.
Oh, yeah, well, yeah, he's a guy nigga down, dog.
Yeah, and Dev,
they cut him after June 1st.
Just to show you this, Dev. I mean, we were talking about cap room. Here's the cap room for all the NFL teams with the new adjustment. The new adjustment. See, base salary cap $279. There you go. Patriots, Raiders, Commanders. So we have 89 million.
Yeah, that's not it. Because that's not it. That's not the cap space with the add additional. We had that before.
No, the 2025 salary cap is 279 200.
It went
200,000.
No, that's what it went up to.
Yeah, 279 is the new one.
I thought it was higher than that. I thought we had 80 something before.
No, you're right. The number looks the same. I think the number looks the same to me. It says
right. That's what I'm saying. I don't think that's the new cap.
Dead money, 8 million. A little bit of dead money.
The dead money, I think, is where we lost.
Effective cap space 79. Unless it hasn't made the adjustment because it was just announced today. It was just announced today. So maybe
279 per team. I don't know. 23.8 million per team.
So that would give us an extra, like 30? Did it go up? No, 23.9.
23.9. Yeah, so we should have 100.
100 and something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Essentially. Okay.
I don't know what I need a capologist.
ESPN has it. ESPN has it. ESPN has it up.
We only have 46 people under contract.
No,
everyone else has way more than us.
I feel like you shouldn't even have that money. But now you kind of see why you get a little extra 16 million out, getting rid of Jon Allen.
Yeah, I don't know.
Michael Hyde says that's news to me. Yeah, I mean, it's a social media thing. It's like
But yeah, he's on the last year of his deal. If you can, his cap hit is $44.5 million this year. You paying Geno Smith $44.5 million?
Yeah, that's got to be the going price of a Pro Bowl quarterback. Geno's a Pro Bowl quarterback, bro. That has to be the going rate. That has to be the going rate for one. For 1 year.
Not last year.
Yeah,
Yeah. Here's his numbers right here. Here's you cut him today, save 13.5. Oh, never mind. You can cut him today and save 31 million.
Anytime before the first.
They gave us a third for Sam Howell. I don't know, Michael. Would you ditch?
They get a new coach this year. They got a new coach last year, right? They got a new coach last year.
I don't even know. Would you ditch? Are you ready to see Sam Howell start in place of Geno if Geno goes away, Michael? I defer to you. We like Sam Howell on this end. With the right situation, he could be okay. But either way, the cap is going up, like Dev said. Here's the history of the cap as it goes up per year. You can see. Sorry.
Damn, the cap was $34,000.
Yeah, this is in millions. Can I make this? I can't.
It was like $34 million.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, last year was 255,000 or million, 255.4 million. Now it's 279. So there it is, man.
Yeah, just think, man. 1996, when I got out of high school and aged myself, niggas was making more than the entire team now, dog. Like
40 million. 40 million was the cap. That's insane, isn't it?
Geno Smith got your whole cap space
in one shot.
In
one shot. Yeah.
Man,
yeah, player salaries back.
That's how much money.
I remember when the salary cap got implemented because it wrecked our franchise for a couple of years.
That's crazy.
Because here's the thing people don't realize. One of the reasons why Gibbs had good teams. Everybody likes to talk about the fact that we had so many scrappy underdog guys. We also paid the stars. Like relative to Jack Kent Cook was not afraid to open up the old pocketbook. So we paid a lot of guys, and what happened is that when the salary cap hit, it was also a time which we had a bunch of guys who were coming at the end of their contracts, end of their careers, and those payments were coming due, and that's why we had to gut this team in 94. When Norv Turner came in, they gutted the 94, 95. It was a complete roster turnover those 2 years. And we got guys like Scott Turner, who's now the HUD Secretary. We went from one of the oldest teams in the league to one of the youngest in a couple of years because we had to gut it big time. It's actually one of the more fascinating studies on how to rebuild a franchise. It took them a few years.
Mm-hmm.
But that's how we ended up with that great 99 team, was that it was several years of roster building and then finally finding a quarterback, which we then promptly got rid of because Dan Snyder's an idiot.
Essentially. Man.
I miss you, Brad.
It looks like all the drafting, they got us drafting Thor Griffin too, man, like the second round. Louisville.
Yeah.
But, that would be dope too.
I don't know.
I like Thor Griffin, by the way. He barely got to play because he kept getting hurt, but I like him. He was good. They got another guy. I can't think of his name. He's going to go in the first round. The Gerard, or his name, he was plays defensive end. He didn't play hardly at all, but he was like the best defensive end in college, but he never got to play. He kept getting hurt. But he's probably going to go in the first round, dog. Louisville's got to have some squad, dog, next year in football, too. Can't wait.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
Couple sound bites from JP Finley. Mike said he's not ditching Geno yet. Have a bad line. Feel like he deserves a fair shot with a good line. That's Sam Howell's career in a nutshell.
Apologist.
especially in Washington. A couple clips. Let's watch it. This is Adam Peters on the mic.
We always want to build through the draft, and we'll continue to do that. But in the situation we're in, we got 28 free agents. I think it's 28. So we got a lot of holes again on our roster.
There you go, Dev. A lot of
players
holes
that played really well for us last year. So we'll be active in free agency because we have to be just to field the team. But a lot of those we'll look to bring a lot of the guys we had back from last year.
So you heard it right there. Look to bring a lot of those guys back from last year. I think it's a much easier.
Yeah, but none of them are highest price though.
No, not yet. You're going to have to increase a little bit of their salaries. You think?
If you put $2 million, $2 or $3 million out there for De'Ami Brown, no one's going after more than that.
Looks like Stafford might be going to the Raiders. By the way,
who cares?
Did you hear the fight?
What fight?
What fight?
Oh, Ian Rappaport and
Jordan. Yeah, they had a little fight. They had to be separated by security. It was probably the most weakest. Say it to my face, man. You got
Jordan Schultz, kind of at Starbucks or some shit.
Jordan Schultz, yeah. Say it to my face, man.
Show that shit.
No, it's not on film. It just Jordan tweeted it. Here's a little soundbite from Dan Quinn. 1 minute.
What was your reaction to that? I thought the first thing I thought of, I was pleased to see
the
treatment of families and
talking about the grades.
Josh, honestly, and Adam. There's no gap in between what he says and what he does.
That's rare. There's no gap between what he says and what he does.
What happened?
God, have we missed not
talking about Josh Harris?
Did we not had that in this organization for God knows how
there's
long?
no gap between what he says and what he actually does.
And so to have that type of reflection in a year is really big. We told him how important this was to us. He heard that from the players and then took action on that. And I think that's honestly like what that relationship has been for us. What do you need to win and how do we go about it, do that? And so to see things like family support and having that increase, that's really big.
And Dev, we talked about during the grades that I still think Josh Harris will invest money into the facilities because he wants to win and he
already said he is.
Yeah, he didn't have to dump. What did he dump last year? 20 million?
75 million.
There you go. Total renovations. So I think he's going to take this report card and figure out how to make it better. It's just you invest in something to make it better. You might not see the results right away, but that's why it's an investment.
Families, our families, players, coaches, the organization, they make a lot of sacrifices for us to do what we can do. And so to have that right there, team travel, all those, to me, just reflect back to Josh and the vision of what it can be. And I couldn't be more proud to be a part of it.
What are the specific?
That's dope. I love that. I love that, man. That's awesome. Dan Quinn. I'm sorry I ever doubted you. Ever. But yeah, I think that's it, fellas. So yeah, we saw what we talked about today. We got the combine going on the rest of the weekend. I'm not sure if we'll do one Monday, definitely back Thursday. We'll figure it out, let you guys know. But this is the time. Remember last year we were all up in the Drake May, Caleb Williams, Jaden Daniels hype talk. And this year, now we don't have to worry about it. Now it's about
like last year we had Todd Samuel livening up the chat. Now he just
we did now. Yeah, now it's you got that mystery solved on your team, and that's the most important thing. So I don't know, man. We gotta start digging into the rookie prospects more and figuring out
mock draft season.
Who's gonna be on this team? Yes.
Yeah, I've been trying to get into the draft. I didn't even know the combine was fired up today. I haven't been really in the house, but I'm going to watch some tonight.
Are you now? I do want to show
after Love and Hip Hop.
Phil, on my way to work today, I got to show you this. I see this truck all the time. I think I've taken a picture of it before, but this right here. If there's ever giant rats at FedEx Field, you got to call this company right here. Moxie Pest Control. I see it every day on 32, and I finally took a picture. So if you need something taken care of at FedEx Field, Northwest Field, this is the company you got to call, ladies and gentlemen. Moxie. That's what we do here. That's what we do. Man,
I am glad to see that Taylor Heineke has invested in a company and trying to make his money grow.
Yes, he lives on. Fellas, any parting words before we get on out of Chia?
Nah, it's that time. I mean, oh. Shout out to Alex Ovechkin. That man does not
12
stop
left.
scoring goals.
12 left, right? 12?
12 left.
People are already trying to calculate when they should buy tickets, and they're struggling.
Caps tickets are going to get really expensive.
They're struggling.
I seen defensive tackle run at 4 or 5 just now. Jesus fucking Christ.
That's crazy, man. Guys are too fast for their own good, man. That's insane.
I will say this. I always worry about super athletic guys. Like, if you see like a defensive tackle, 300 pounds, who can run a 4.40, I'm like, okay, how long before he outruns himself and tears something? You know what I mean? So that's just something I always worry about with like that. Because you see it too often.
The James Pierce just beat that. He just beat that. James Pierce Jr.
Speedsters, man. Speedsters.
Defensive tackle, man. 4 or 5 flat.
Wow.
He could have ran it faster. He came out high. He could have ran that faster. Like, that's crazy. He could have ran it. He's going to have a better second time.
You think so?
Yeah, he could have ran that faster. Guys, if you ever run it, I doubt anyone ever runs a 40, but if you ever run, don't squeeze your hands, man. It takes away your speed. Don't open it. Don't
open hand.
Don't even do that. Just really even relax.
Really?
Yeah, don't tighten them. And it's, hands and elbows through pockets, dog. You'll run faster every time. People lift weights with their legs thinking that's going to make them faster. What makes you faster is shoulders and chest, man. Do all the shoulders and chest you can, dog, because that's what gets you faster. Your legs only go as fast as your arms go. They won't go any faster than that.
Yeah.
So that's why I tell everybody all the time. Endurance is up here, man. If you want to take the fuck off, you got to have strong legs too, but you cannot not lift arms and shoulders, man. You're going to be slow.
Yeah. Got to have it.
Yeah. That's why all these guys like Tyreek Hill, or they look short and little, but they're built like fucking tractors, dog. Like Tyreek Hill has muscles on muscles, bro. That's not scrawny dude. Just no.
You know what? I like this, Dev. Because this is the science of being a better athlete. We need to get you discussing this just a little more on the pod, because that's good knowledge right there.
Yeah, hands through shoulders, man. Hands through pockets, bro.
I mean, look, you were supposed to be a D1 athlete.
The law caught up with me.
Yeah.
Damn, it's 300-pound nigga ran 4.7.
Said this year, he says, my guy, I ran track in high school. My guy knows his shit.
Oh, yeah, I ran track.
Deb was supposed to be a D1 track athlete.
Yeah.
He was for a hot minute.
Yeah.
So, yeah, if I'm going to listen to anyone about how to run, it's Deb. Now, it doesn't mean I'm going to apply it, because my ass is not running.
I don't even apply it, because you see my stomach, I work out.
Don't let Deb fool you with that shit, because Deb's actually a skinny guy. He's just got like a turtle shell in his guttal area.
And man tits.
Guttal. Oh, man.
Oh, Gerald P. dropping in late.
Tia, good night.
Tia, the winner of a bunch of damn prizes.
Tia, I promise you, work's been so crazy. I have not forgot about you. I have your jersey.
Damn, I took a couple weeks to get the shit to her. Now you're doing the same thing. Tia won our signed Joe Theismann jersey. I promise. Been going from work to soccer practice to home to school. There's been no time. Ryan said, have y'all slept on the comment? I feel like last year's where I've looked away. I was all in it last year. I even skipped work to watch Jaden's pro day. I skipped work to watch Jaden's pro day. Yeah. So got a lot of work to do. Hopefully catch up this weekend. Linebacker from Utah, Phil Bullock said. Michael, hi, good stream. Appreciate you, man. Mondays and Thursdays, 8:35 East Coast time. We'll be here.
Hey, I'm looking out for my homeboy son, Tank Thompson. He plays for Western, man. He's out there. Tackle. Tomorrow I see him out there today.
It's a hell of a name to have, Tank Thompson.
Yeah, Tyrion's his name, Tyrion, but they call him.
Did you go by Tank?
Yeah, he's a short dude. He's like 6 foot, but he's 3. He's 3 solid.
Man. You gotta be cracking heads.
Yeah. Hey guys, do us a favor before we sign out. Please hit that like button on the YouTube stream. That we greatly appreciated. Help us with the algorithm. Help us keep the numbers up. Yeah, hit that like button. And man, we'll see you guys next week. Hopefully see the results of these combine and see who's the best fit for the Washington Commanders going into the 2025 draft. So we're going to sign off here. We appreciate you guys. As always, peace and hail. We out.